Hello my dear students, welcome back to your online class. So yesterday we were discussing about the different types of endocrine glands. We have already discussed two of its major types, that is thyroid gland and adrenal gland in detail. So today we will be discussing about other two types of endocrine glands. So first we will be discussing about pituitary gland and then we will be discussing about pancreas. Okay, like I told you, first let us know its location. So where is pituitary gland present? Okay, so if you look at the picture that's given alongside, the pituitary gland are of a size of that of a pea and is located at the base of your brain. Okay, your pituitary gland are also referred to as master gland. Now why is it termed as a master gland? Because it controls the activity of other endocrine glands also. It secretes many of the tropic hormones like thyroid stimulating hormone, antidiuretic hormone or follicle stimulating hormone, okay, which controls the other endocrine gland like thyroid gland, adrenal gland or gonads, that is ovary or sperm. Okay, that's why it is referred to as master gland. Okay, now let us go through the few hormones that is secreted by pituitary gland. So first let us know about the tropic hormone TSH. TSH means thyroid stimulating hormone. Then you have follicle stimulating hormone. Then you have antidiuretic hormone. Okay, now your thyroid stimulating hormone controls or regulates your thyroid gland, that means the production of a thyroxine hormone. Your follicle stimulating hormone regulates the production of egg and sperm. Then you have antidiuretic hormone which regulates the functioning of kidney. Okay, now other than this hormone, the pituitary gland also secretes growth hormone. Now as the name suggests, your growth hormone, what does it do is it helps, it brings about the growth or development of the body. Okay, so the increase in the height, all is regulated by your growth hormone. Okay, now coming to the diseases associated, we will be just discussing about growth hormone, the hyposecretion and hypersecretion of a growth hormone. Now hyposecretion, that means when if the growth hormone is secreted in a low amount, then it leads to a condition called dwarfism, where the height of an individual does not grow after a certain level. That means the max, it's either 3 feet or 3.5, not more than that. Okay, now the oversecretion of growth hormone, that means hypersecretion, leads to a condition called gigantism, and in this condition the height of an individual is more than that of a normal, that means it's above 6 feet, 7 feet, 7.5, even 8 feet. Okay, so that's the condition resulting due to hypo and hypersecretion of growth hormone. Okay, so I hope you understood about pituitary gland, where is it located, the hormone secreted, why is it called master gland and all that, right? So let us move on to the next type of endocrine gland, that is referred to as pancreas. Now your pancreas are also referred to as mixed gland or the term heterocrine gland. Now why is it called so? Or first let us go to its location. It is located just behind your stomach. Okay, now like I told you, it's referred to as the mixed gland or heterocline. Now why is that so? Because this pancreas act both as exocrine as well as endocrine gland. Now let us discuss how it's acting like an exocrine and then how about endocrine gland. Now first coming to the exocrine portion, now it's referred, it also has an exocrine gland functionality because this pancreas, they secrete a digestive juice called pancreatic juice, which consists of different kind of enzymes which helps in digestion process, and this pancreatic juice is poured directly into the duodenum okay, and then which helps in digestion of the food. Okay, so that's why this is since no hormone is being secreted, this pancreas is secreting pancreatic juice, which is helping in digestion, and it consists of different kind of enzymes. So that's why it has an exocrine function. Now coming to the endocrine function, now in pancreas they have a scattered cell called islets. Pancreas, they have scattered cells in them referred to as islets of Langerhans, which secretes different kind of hormone, for example insulin and glucagon. Now coming to the function of insulin, now insulin, what does it do is it makes sure that the cells absorb the glucose properly, okay, and then it is utilized in order to produce energy, and if there is extra glucose, it is converted into glycogen. Okay, so that's the function of insulin. Now coming to the function of glucagon, glucagon, if there is a deficiency of a glucose in our blood, then this glucagon converts the glycogen into glucose and thus helps in production of the energy, just the opposite function of that of insulin. Okay, now because of the less production of insulin, one of the condition occurs in an individual that is referred to as diabetes mellitus. Mellitus generally referred to honey like. So you have more amount of sugar in the blood because less production of insulin means cells are not being able to absorb the glucose, so glucose remain in the blood itself. Okay, so because of that the blood contains more amount of glucose. Okay, so that condition is referred to as diabetes mellitus. Okay, the symptoms are generally frequent urination or thirsty all the time. Okay, and wherever the person has urinated, the ants hover around because too much of sugar is released along with the urine. Okay, so that's all about these two types of glands, that is pituitary gland and pancreas. So here we end this particular chapter related with your endocrine system. We discussed majorly about 4 endocrine glands in detail. So I hope you go through it again because it's very important for you to also go through your book line by line so that you do not miss out on anything that's given in your book. Okay, so like I always say, first watch the video and when you get the idea, go through your book so that the concept about whatever we are discussing it becomes much clear to you. Okay, thank you so much.